right, guy. Hello, this is Vic from Drop Spotlight, and this is an album video, of course, for another episode of Discover a Musical Vibe, Season 2, Episode 4, post South by Southwest 2024. Let's talk, and it's a lot that we did during South by Southwest 2024. So I'm going to get right into it. How do we enjoy South by Southwest? We had a ton of fun, y'all. It was amazing. I had a lot of stuff planned out. A lot of it went to shit, but I was put in positions where it mattered most. And that's the best part with that beauty. Because you want to have everything planned out, but you're taken to another route where you're given the option to have your eyes opened and see what else around you. And that was very awesome to have that situation happen to me multiple times. So first things we had to go with the first day we were late, traffic, roads closed that we never anticipated. It was okay. Got our badges, went in, tried to go to the movie premiere for Roadhouse, but we couldn't get in because we were late. But guess who else was late with us? Yes, you know him. Post Malone. Post Malone arrived late just like we did. And he just ran to the fans, started saying autographs, talking to them. We got some pictures as well as video footage. So we posted it on social media for our fans to know. And it was a really, really big thing. I know everyone had so much fun with those pictures. And it was good to be there in a music sense because it was a movie premiere, but you met a musician that's also an actor. And it's Post Malone, you know. And it's good to see musicians like that go back to the fans, sign the autographs, give hugs, take pictures. It was well warmed, and we enjoyed that. So Post Malone, really good guy, y'all. Pretty good guy. Pretty good music too. Later, we were invited to a few days later, we were invited to the Rolling Stone Future of Music Showcase. Was headlining with Peso Pluma. It's the Latin night. So that day we were excited. We were VIP for the event. We arrived at the ACL live at Moody Theater. Now, it's a long name, guys. Long name, but it was a fantastic venue, a beautiful place to be. And everyone came to that show because that's the future of music for Latin artists. A 4-mile long line. Yes, you heard me right. Fans and attendees waited since 4 in the morning when the first person showed up until the doors opened. What time was it? I want to say it was 6. I could be right, wrong or right, or 5:30-ish. Around that time-ish. They were there in line for nearly the whole day. And it was 4 miles deep for this show. I think the longest for South by Southwest this year. And it was good. We talked to a lot of people. Who were they coming to see? Who they wanted to see, who wanted to discover. So first things first, the first performer was Pink Pablo. Pretty good. A bit of alt Latin rock, more moviness. The singer reminded me of a Hispanic Billy Joe Armstrong from Green Day. He was energetic. He got the crowd going. Little mannerisms, you know. He reminds like, yeah, it's not the guy from Green Day. Kind of looks like him too with the curly hair, but all good. Jay Noah, a young 16-year-old artist, came out spitting rhymes in Spanish at speeds you had to get a thermometer to capture. It was exciting. She had the crowd going. You know, her band was doing good. I had to look into more of her music. It was really good. Jane Noah is another artist you got to be on your list to watch. Also, there was Kevin Carl. I didn't know how big he was. He's more folklore. He reminds me of when I was younger. I always go to Austin, and you have the acoustic guitars, and then you have that Austin sound. And Kevin Carl had that Austin sound in there. You had a ruptious, crazy crowd just watching with disbelief at his words and his music. I was there sitting down and was like, oh, well, this guy, I don't think he's going to fit in. He fit in. He had the crowd in the palm of his hands with his music. And we're just there watching and admiring not only his integrity, but the band's ferocity while playing their music. And I looked up more into Kevin Carl afterwards and I'm a fan now. Yeah. The next musician that we saw was young Miko. Young Miko is this young girl that's just full of hip hop and rap in Spanish, and it was good. She had a standing ovation throughout her show. Those times when she finished a song, people were just there just clapping, and you could see that she was holding back tears because that's something every artist wants to have, just a standing ovation and people telling her thank you, and it was really good. Really good young Miko. Like the first song I learned it was Wobble when she just came out and just got everyone moving, dancing, and those people in the front row just singing her words. And that was an excellent part of the show. I enjoyed that. I'm a fan now. Started listening to a couple of songs right after the show. It was really good. And then you had the inevitable DJ Gabby Got It out there in Austin as well. Well, she's an Austin staple. She has Gabriella, My La Vida. She has her hands on a little bit of everything, but she's also a fantastic DJ. And she had people singing. It was it was really good. She had people singing and jumping to the crowd. I was like, I know her. I met her at another event, the Blue Beetle event last year with Warner, and it was good. And she had the crowd going. I'm so proud and I'm proud, not only proud, but just amazed of DJ Gabby Guy. I know she's very busy with her businesses, but she can still produce music and tune. Ooh, there's my light going off and on right now, guys. It happens. It happens. Got to change that light bulb soon, or is that Morse code? All right. All right. I almost lost my train of thought. Well, DJ Gabby got it. She got it. And lastly was the headliner everyone was going, and that's the hottest performer in Latin music currently, and that's Peso Pluma. Last year we were able to see Peso Pluma. We did some media coverage for his agent and agent musicians as well as for Peso. And we will see Peso Pluma at that time it was called the AT&T Center, but now it's called Frost Bank Center in San Antonio, Texas. So we were able to see Peso again at the ACL Live Moody Theater. It's a mouthful. And it was a fantastic show. People were just hollering, dancing, singing. In our section, the VIP section, a lot of those were hanging out with the executives of C4, Rolling Stone, and a couple of other companies that were there. And it was their first time seeing most of those artists, but also seeing Peso Pluma, and you could see the awe in those executives, people, friends, those other musicians there as well, including the musicians I talked about earlier. They came back and hanging out in the VIP area. I got to sit next to a Pink Pablo band. But anyway, it was a surreal moment because you had a lot of the fans out there, but you had a majority was first timers to see Peso Pluma. And he went off, he was dancing, he threw out his hits. One of my favorite songs was Lady Gaga, which he has, and it was just they got everyone dancing and singing, and it was an amazing show by Peso Pluma. And shout out to Rolling Stone for having us there and having the Future Music Showcase. All those artists, Pink Pablo, Jay Nova, Kevin Carl, Young Miko, as well as Peso Pluma, are out there in the music scene for the Latin side. I know each day Rolling Stone had a Future Music Day, and a lot of those amazing musicians out there as well. Or for young Latin artists, be sure to check them out. there's one song that you're gonna hear, you're like, I dig it. I dig it. Discover those musicians. Enjoy those musicians. Become a fan. If you not become a fan, it's okay. On to the next one, guys. And a few days later, we went to the BMI breakfast or brunch, and it was pretty good. They had invited us a few days earlier. I was like, sure, why not? Breakfast, hang out with musicians, just rock and roll. But it was at the Hotel Van Zandt. I didn't know it was on the fourth floor in the pool area. I wasn't anticipating that. I would have brought my Speedo. I would have scared everybody away. But anyways, we went by, had some good food, chatted with a lot of people. Knowing me, I love to walk around. I love to talk to people and ask them, are you a musician attending South by Southwest? Oh, let me. Can you? Do you have a card or a link tree I could take a picture and look at later? And that's what I like to do: discover musicians or become fans of new musicians that are out there. So we saw a few performers there, about three. I didn't get to catch the names of them, but when I do, I'll make sure I put it on my list. But yeah, it was really neat. It was really fun. It was sponsored by White Claw and for the other sponsors. Oh, Dickey whiskey, Dickey bourbon whiskey was pretty good. It was pretty good. I had a couple of drinks and it was delicious. But yeah, the BMI breakfast went really well. And guess who I saw while I was walking around? I saw the man himself, the Kansas City nerdcore icon himself, Kadesh Flow, who was performing later on at South by Southwest at the nerdcore area with DJ Rockman. I think it was Kick Butt Cafe and Kick Butt Coffee and another place as well. And it was good to see Kadesh. I've known Kadesh for years. Met him during PAX South, saw him at PAX East, as well as other places like Classic Game Fest in Austin, Texas, as well as Bitfest in San Antonio, Texas. And Kadesh Flow is a really cool guy. He has a trumpet, a horn, and he plays it with his music. He has made some music with Mega Ran, Creative Mindframe, and other nerdcore musicians. And it was good seeing him, talking to him. I know I think there was a couple of people trying to talk to him, some executives that were attending the show. But it was good to get that handshake, get that picture, and just talk to him for a bit. So it was good. Other than seeing the musicians, networked with a few companies there, passed out cards, and it was good. It was good. And later on that day, I went to the press room. I'm gonna stock up, get a little break at times. And musician Gorilla Zoe was there. Yeah, he was out there doing some media work with a couple of media companies there, and I was like, "That's Gorilla Zoe," and there was other musicians there too. So I was able to meet Gorilla Zoe, take a picture with him, get my badge autographed, and then hear him get advice to musicians that were there, to people that were there. As I stood there listening, I was like, yeah, yeah, his words were powerful. Talking about community, talking about God, talking about hard work, and you'll get there. A lot of times people don't hear that, people don't see that enough. So shout out to Gorilla Zoe. It was good to hear him talk. It was good to hear him explain his level of success and thankful for it, humbled by it. Really good person. Really good person. I also met a musician named Jay Mill from San Antonio, and also with his I believe his company that represents him, Level Media. Malin White was there as well. So Malin, but Jay Mill was really cool. Just talking to him, hearing him grow as a musician, how his music is, and it was pretty good. I was able to see him perform later on at the Artist Lounge with other artists, and I was like, damn, this is a good artist. And he's one of the future musical artists that you're going to be hearing about soon on the radio, on someone's Spotify playlist, on someone's YouTube music playlist, on your feed. Jay Mill. It was pretty cool. In San Antonio, got to take a picture with him, hung out, as well as met other musicians such as Catch the Beast, as well as this other fantastic musician, Drip the Don. Drip the Don is a refugee who is a musician that is here in America trying to make himself. Guy had a guitar, he had his style, and I was like, I dig this. I dig this. I'm just talking to him. He was so excited to be at South by Southwest. He was so excited to meet other musicians. He was so excited to network with others. And that's what I love. That's why I vibe with, is finding people with the same amount of energy and good vibes that are in the music industry, that have taken one foot in and continuing to go up those stairs and climb that ladder as a musician. And he was willing to listen to advice from other people around him, take pictures and shake hands. That's what you have to do. You have to network. You have to talk to people, shake hands, meet people. You don't know if they're going to become your next fans. You don't know if they're going to share your stuff to someone that's also going to become your fan. And you don't know they're going to be your support system that's going to listen to your stuff all the time. So big shout out to Drip the Don, J Mill, Catch the Beast, Level Media in Austin, Texas. Y'all were really cool, really good people to sit down and talk with. And while I was there, and talking a little bit with Bernard about the new Halo show, because I saw the episode, like, you gotta see it. This individual came up to me. We started talking, like, you know Pablo Schreiber? Like, yeah, he's Master Chief. And I see his other work as well. I'm a big fan. And he goes, that's my best friend. Like, nah. And he goes, I represent him. Nah. I'm part of the AR here. We're seeing that. Nah. And yeah, it's me. Yeah, sorry. Just being like that. But Calvin Coolidge Harris, really cool person. And we talked a lot, not only about Pablo Schreiber and Halo, but what he does. He also does media for CNET, but he also AR represents actors, actresses, and musicians. He's been discovering musicians for years. Very humble guy, very smart, very savvy, and we had a lot of long talks. And he was able to talk to Jay Mill, Drip the Don, Cash the Beast, Level Media, and other people that were around us, and give them advice. But not that casual advice. It's hard-nosed advice. Advice that turned into criticism, but constructive criticism that will help yourself grow as a person, as a musician. And it was really good to hear from those words from Calvin, talking to these young cats, talking to people around him that will hear of what to do, what to say, how to show yourself, how to collect yourself in situations, or being around people. And I was learning too, building my skill set while listening to him, because his words were really good, really good. And afterwards, we're running the artist lounge, but before that, I do a lot of press work, post press releases, and musical reviews with Trend PR out of Los Angeles, California. Really cool people. They send me a lot of music. I became fans with a lot of musicians that they sent. And so Taylor was there that I've talked to for years at Trend PR. She's like, want to meet up? I'm like, sure, why not? So her and her A&R rep, Wes, came by. We talked, we hung out, we swapped stories. They met a lot of musicians at South by Southwest and vice versa, and it was really good. And it was really good to talk to an agent that you have met online, have emailed for years. Not only is it good to put a face behind it, but also to see the humanity of that. So it's a human company. They're human. They're music fans. And they're out there looking for the next sensation, next person to represent, next person to create marketing to and create campaigns. And it was really good. Musicians, and if you're listening to this podcast and you want to learn more about trend PR, reach out to me. I'll get you hooked up. I'm not hooked up. I'll just get you in the door. It's always good to be that not be the middleman, but be that person to open invitations out for someone to grow their brand, grow their music, be discovered. And lastly, we're out at the Artist Lounge later. I reiterated by that. We saw J Mill perform, as well as other artists such as Danielle LaRote and DJ Fun Size. Passed out cards, collected cards from other musicians, age. It was good. A lot of musicians there were in their little. It can be hard to get out of that little pocket, out of that little zone when you want to talk, when you want to network. It's hard to have that icebreaker to somebody, but it was very enjoyable meeting these artists. And me, I'm not as loud, but I try to do dad bod jokes and jokes in vicinity, to get everyone more comfortable. And some weren't, but it's the name of the game. How willing are you to talk to that person next to you? You never know that person's going to become a fan. You never know that person's going to love your music, love you, your brand. So it was really good, y'all. The South by Southwest 2024 provided a lot of new adventures, a lot of new faces, a lot of new programming I'm going to be listening to and viewing from young artists that we'll be supporting. And we'll be checking out, sharing their stuff. Hopefully for others will also see from that. Also, big shout out to Jillian Aprils for helping us out on another day as our content creator for that day with Paramount and a couple other companies as well, Audible and Prime Video. I know it wasn't a music day, but it's just good to give a shout out. So Jillian Aprils, y'all follow her on Instagram. And other musicians, check them out. I'm gonna put their music on our 2024 South by Southwest Music Discover list. But most likely I'll be listening to the other music as well and putting it on other playlists so you guys can check out on Spotify. But yeah, thanks for listening, everybody. Have a wonderful day. And be sure to get ready to listen to the musicians. And also look into coming to South by Southwest 2025. It should be fantastic, adventurous, as well as stargazing. All right, guys, I got to go. This is Vic from Job Spotlight. I'm City Vito. We'll see you at the concert.